Ashley.
My girl.
Oh, what up?
Yo.
And Frankie,
What's up?
hello.
What's happening? You're watching from the business page. What's up, Matt? What's
Hello,
up, Frankie?
hello.
You should be welding bumpers, I'm thinking, Matt. And Frank, you should probably do body work. Thanks, guys, for getting on. Just doing some live, my man. Doing some live. Gonna spread the word on losing weight, which you know a thing or two about. Bumpers are done for the day. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. On to losing weight. Wait a couple minutes here and see who gets on, and then we will start our spiel. I've actually got two phones going and a computer behind that, so bear with me if you feel like I'm not looking at you. Just trying to get through all what we have going on. It's exciting to have this much going on. I guess I can't see comments from people I'm not friends with. I don't know how that shit works. Hola. Olan Petrus? Man, I hope I didn't just slaughter that. Tanya
Hello,
And-
hello.
Fagundes, Nilza, thank you guys for joining us. We are obviously live. I am going to get started on this week's live Q&A. This week's topic is weight loss, and we have some amazing questions to start out.
Yes, we do.
So, I'm going to start with, I got two phones going and a computer. I'm going to start with the question that's on my computer. And hola, and I am going to, that way I don't have to look at that anymore. So, from a dear friend of mine, it's in regards to weight loss. The question being this: when you are wanting to lose weight, you have to have a calorie deficit. It's all about calories in versus calories out. But if you are training or weightlifting or cardio, whatever you want to call it, if you are training, some days you are hungrier. How do you know when to eat slightly more versus suffering through the hunger pains in order to lose weight? Hopefully that makes sense. Absolutely, it makes sense. So here's how we do things, and I cannot speak for anybody other than us. We plan in your situation and your goals and your calorie intake and all that stuff and your exercise. We plan all that into your program that we design for you so that it is for you individually. And so, as most of our clients will tell you, when we first give them their program, they're like, holy cow, that's way too much food. And then like 2 weeks later, they don't say that anymore because they level out. Their body gets used to eating good, wholesome food, and then they get used to it. All of our clients train, usually on the daily, some up to 7 days a week. None of them ever complain of being hungry, but some have problems with being a little hungry. So, things that we can do: we can drink more water. Water's free. Water's cheap. Water fills you up. Another thing you can do is, like you said, kind of fight through it. There's nothing wrong with being a little bit hungry. And I'm going to say that one more time. There's nothing wrong with being a little bit hungry. In society today, we've gotten so used to being full and stuffed and crammed full of food that we forget what it's like to be hungry. And when we're hungry a little bit, there's nothing wrong with that. As long as we're getting the nutrients in a day that we're supposed to get. Some days we're just a little burning a little. I'll tell you right now, on leg day, I can eat and eat and eat and eat and eat, and I just can't fill up. But I don't. I stay in my realm. I stay with my calories. I stay with what within my macros, and usually the next day it completely levels out and everything's fine. Now I sit a little hungry. Being a little hungry is fine. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. If you are hungry, like I'm starving, then we probably need to look at adding more calories on the daily, not just on the day that you're working out. But if you think about that, so if you were thinking like, man, I'm extra hungry today, I should have 400 calorie sandwich, we'll say 2 pieces of bread, 4 ounces of meat, let's just say that. Well, if we added 75 extra calories a day, that will get you to the extra 400 that you're looking for, or 100, whatever that is. An extra 100 calories a day adds up to 700 calories in a week, which, yes, it's more, but if you're more hungry on the days that you're training, so say you're only training 3 days a week, but 3 days out of the week you're hungry or starving, the extra 700 calories is going to pull you through the whole week, and you will not have them hunger or starving days anymore. You will, like I set our plans up, and she sets her plans up to be where you're never hungry and you're never full. You're just always kind of constant. It keeps your blood sugar normal. It keeps your satiation normal. And if you're eating good, clean food, there's not the big insulin spikes that you get, like the 2 o'clock crashes or the 9 a.m. crashes after you had a donut and coffee. We try to keep that stuff regulated the most that we can. Protein being beneficial, it keeps you satiated longer and keeps your insulin level more often, more better. So it really depends on, are you hungry or are you hungry? Like if you're hungry, we probably need to figure out some more calories somewhere, but on a consistent basis, not on a today and not tomorrow situation. But there's nothing wrong with being a little hungry. It's good for our bodies to learn. It is good on the weight loss thing, and it gives, like when we're hungry, our body is not working to digest food, and so it's actually on a break. And all around it can be good, but like I said, there's a difference between hungry and starving. And when I'm starving, you can bet that I'm gonna figure something out in the next week to adjust so that I'm not starving. I actually had to do that last week. I was losing like 1.5 pounds a day almost. I just started counting all my stuff. Anyways, long story short, I had to go back up in my calories because I was starving, and I had to figure out what I needed to do. So, what do you got?
I think you nailed that really well. Like biggest thing we try to do is, at least I'm big on trying to eat every 2 to 3 hours, because like he said, that's going to keep everything level, so you're just kind of at a constant state of hunger. And drinking plenty of water, trying not to skip meals, because sometimes we find that too, like if you skip meals within earlier in the week, later in the week you're having like, man, I am so hungry. Well,
Sure.
It's because you had cut back those calories at some point earlier in the week, and your body's trying to make up for that. So it's just all those different things to look at.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. So if Monday, like, well, I'm not really that hungry, so you skip your afternoon snack or whatever, and that's 400 calories. But then on Thursday is leg day, and now all of a sudden you're starving. Well, you left them 400 calories behind. Now you're behind, and your body knows it and is starving. So if you are set on macros, if you are set on calories, if you are set on that stuff, I'm going to say it today, I'm going to say it tomorrow, I'm going to say it 1,000,000 times after this. Consistency is key, no matter what. Eat it 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and I promise all of this will be easier. But it's when you're here, and then here, and then here, and then here, that makes all this shit hard. So consistency. Like every day, it's the same. Make it a habit. Hit the same stuff every day. It doesn't have to be the same foods. I'm just saying, hit what you need to hit every day consistently, and your body composition will be there for you.
Sure.
So that's all I got on that one.
Okay. Next question, we'll start at the top. What's the most effective way for a 40s man to burn off remaining 15 pounds of belly fat?
All right, so 40s man being like in his 40s. I actually spoke with the gentleman, so in his 40s. Great question. Absolutely love it. 40s man, 60s woman, 13-year-old boy, 80-year-old woman. Yes, there are different situations for all of them. Hi, Leandra. Thanks for coming on. Yes, there are different situations for all of them, but whole foods, exercise, water, sleep, sun, rest, all of it for. Think of a puppy or think of a child. All they do is eat, breathe, and sleep because they're growing. Their bodies are using up energy. They're growing. They're using up energy. So if we eat and exercise and sleep and get sun, you'll be the healthiest you've ever been. Whole foods. Stay away from processed. Stay away from labels. Stay away from packaged stuff. And by package, I mean yes, everything comes in a package. Don't get me wrong, but the fewest ingredients as possible, as whole as possible, as organic as possible. With that being said, do not cardio yourself to death. Mm-mm. Everybody beats feet down the old cardio machine for an hour, and I'm not being rude. I want to spread the good word. How many times have you been to the gym and seen 13 people that have been on the same treadmill for the same 6 months, and they all look the exact same? Here's what happens. Your body adjusts to that. There's no up or down. You never get out your heart rate. You never get any of that. So say you burn 200 calories on the treadmill every day. Well, 200 calories is one Snickers bar. Gone. Everything you did in that hour, gone. So it's very easy to think, well, I work out every day because I'm on the treadmill. All you burnt was 200 calories. Hola.
Hola.
And I just want to point out, if you incorporate weight training, mm-hmm. you will burn much more fat. I promise you. So, a good way to get started: shoot for 30 to 40 minutes of weight training a day, 3 to 5 days out of the week. Add some intensity. What I like to do sometimes is do the bench press, get up, do a minute's worth of jumping jacks. Get back down, do my bench press set, get up, do a minute's worth of jumping jacks. If I do my workout like that, I'll work out for about an hour. If I decide to lift weights and then do cardio for 30 to 40 minutes, I will work out with weights, 30 to 40 minutes. And then I'll spend 15 to 20 minutes doing cardio every day, 3 to 5 days a week. And you will be on your way to losing that extra 15 pounds of body fat. But so many people think that you got to cardio it to death, and cardio is actually some of what's holding it on, because it's a false assumption that you're actually burning more calories. In turn, if you're lifting weights, first off, the more muscle you have, the more energy you burn, which more fat you burn. But the more intense you work out with weights, you continue to burn while you're done working out. So if you work out a hard, intense workout for 30 to 40 minutes and then do some cardio, you're going to burn more calories for the next 24 hours, as opposed to steady state cardio where you're going to burn exactly what the little number on the treadmill. You did 231 calories. Well, that's all you're going to burn. So incorporate some weight training, 30 to 40 minutes, and then incorporate 15 to 20 minutes of cardio, and I promise you, you'll be farther than you were a couple weeks ago when you weren't doing that. It's the best thing you can do, and that goes from everybody from 10 years old to 100 years old. It'll be beneficial for all of them. Do it safely, do it right. You'll be farther along. What do you got?
I got nothing. That was good. Question number 3. How many calories should we eat a day?
Go ahead.
No. Basically, what the way that we like to say it is 10. What?
Nothing.
10 times what your body weight is, right? 10 times.
Yeah. So if you're 250 pounds, 2,500 calories.
Yeah.
Then minus or plus 300 to 500 calories, depending on what your goal is. So if you are 250 pounds times 10, so that's 2,500. That should be a rough range of what will keep you consistent, keep you at the weight that you're at. If you want to lose weight, drop, probably like 250 to 300 calories out, so down to 2,200, and go from there, and you will lose weight. If you're wanting to gain weight at 250, add 250 calories, so 2,750, and you will gain weight. At the end of the day, weight loss and weight gain is calories in versus calories out. Now, the cleaner you can do it, the cleaner you're gonna look, and then that's the God's honest truth. You see a lot of guys that want to put on weight. They do some dirty bulking. They'll have pizza and tacos and beer, and the next thing you know, they'll be big arms, big chest, big back, and big belly. And if people are trying to lose weight, they'll stall out the more crappy food that they eat. So make sure that your food is in good shape. Again, try to stay away from the labels, as clean as you can get, as healthy as you can get, and the process will be that much easier for you, we promise.
We also do have where you can use portion control. So we have a guide that we send out, so if you would like one, you can shoot us a direct message of your email and I can send it out to you. But it shows you how to use just your hands to measure out portions, and that's another way that you can figure out how much you're supposed to be eating as well. So you don't really have to track numbers, you don't have to track macros, you solely just focus on using your hands to eat the right portions for your body, because nobody's hands are the same. Your hands are sized for your body, vice versa. And then with that too, it also teaches you, if you're trying to gain muscle or lose weight, how to adjust that so that way you can still fit those needs as well. So again, if you would like a copy of that, just shoot us your email address and I will send that to you.
Sure. Hey, Buttzilla and Albert, thanks for joining us.
Hello.
Hola. Just Melly, I answered your question. I don't know if you've seen it or not. I hope you did. Otherwise, I answered it first. So if you missed it, it's on there. Next question.
Next question is, should I drink apple cider vinegar? It says I can lose 6 to 8 pounds a week. And my answer to that is, I personally would say no. In my opinion, apple cider vinegar is horrible for you, in the sense that it's so acidic. So not only does it burn your esophagus, it can eat through your tooth enamel. It really, unless you're diluting it, I honestly, I would say if you're trying to lose weight, the key is to clean up your diet, focus on nutrition, focus on exercise, and that's going to be the work that you need to put in to lose weight. There's no magic pill, there's no drink this detox drink that's going to make you lose weight. It might, but it's not a sustainable way of losing weight. So that's my answer.
Sure. Guys, people are eating Tide Pods. You know what I mean? End of the story. Apple cider vinegar. Would I drink it? No. Would I eat a Tide Pod? No. If I was trying to lose weight, what would I do? Eat whole foods. Get exercise. Drink water. Get rest. Get some sun. Enjoy my life. And not be grossed out by some shit that I've heard of this before. Mm-hmm. It's completely wonky. It's completely ridiculous. Just do the work, and then you don't have to make the shitty face of whatever the apple cider vinegar does to make you want to drink it. But it sounds horrible. There is no pill. There's no, should just do the work and get the results and enjoy it for the rest of your life and not make shitty faces. That's what I got. That just sounds hideous. All right.
Last questions.
Questions, yeah. What is the ratio of fat loss to muscle gained when working out to lose weight? So, that is a, what's up, Preston? That is a hard question, because I'm going to put on weight, or I'm going to lose fat, or I'm going to gain muscle, or every single person is different. The fat loss to muscle gain ratio is, it doesn't matter. Muscle weighs more than fat. That's about all you actually need to know about that situation. There's some machines that can tell you what you're doing. Hey, what's up, Wayne?
Hi, Wayne.
There's some measurements you can take, but at the end of the day, you are eating well, you are exercising, you are drinking water, you are sleeping well, you are making changes in your body. Whether it's fat lost or muscle gained, it's something's happening. Trust us. As far as a percentage or ratio, I don't have any idea. I'm sure some science guy could tell you each person's ratio. I don't have any idea. If you're building muscle, you are most likely burning fat. The more muscle you have, the more energy you burn. Energy is usually fat. If you're eating in a deficit, it's real hard to put on muscle in a deficit while you're losing fat. I'll just leave it at that and go on from there. You got anything?
No.
How do you know you are still burning fat versus gaining muscle with measurements and body fat tests? ? So, again, you are making changes no matter what you assume or no matter what is being felt. Sometimes our minds get crazy and we like, oh, nothing's happening. Sometimes things are happening on the inside that we don't have any idea about. Sometimes things are happening on the outside that we don't pay attention to. A lot of emphasis gets put on scales, and that drives me up the wall. I weigh myself daily, but not with any prejudged intentions, literally watching what's going on. If I'm actually weighing myself and weighing my food, I'm on a mission, and so it's important to me to see what's going on, and I can make adjustments on the fly. I don't recommend anybody weighs every day. I don't recommend anybody takes anything more on the scale other than it is your weight right now at this very moment. But there is 1,000,001 things that can change that weight. I literally weighed like an hour ago.
Yeah.
And I was 8 pounds heavier than I was this morning. And I didn't freak out one bit. Tomorrow morning I'll be 9 pounds down. Like, it's, your body makes adjustments. Your body takes in water. Your body takes in food. Your body digests food. Your body burns energy. Your body does all kinds of things. But as far as fat loss versus muscle gain as much muscle as you can. It will burn more fat, I promise you. But if you think for 1 second that building muscle is easy and you feel like you've put on 15 pounds of muscle in the last week and a half, you didn't. Bad news. It's very hard to put on muscle, just like it's very hard to lose fat. It takes time, it takes energy, it takes work, and it takes consistency. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep pushing through the plateaus or whatever people think that they're having. There's changes happening. I had a guy had a bad weigh-in on Monday. He was disappointed. Next thing you know, he sends me a text and he's lost 8.5 inches since January. It's the scale. The scale tells you nothing other than the weight you weigh right then and there. So, Don't sweat the small things. Enjoy the little victories of I went down one belt hole. I fit into a pair of pants that I never wore before. I used to only be able to wear stretchy pants. Now I can wear jeans.
I have more energy.
I have more energy. Preston's on here. That dude, 5 days into his program, he was like, hey, I got so much energy I don't even know what to do. Undereating can wear you down. So be mindful of what you got going on.
And I think that's another thing is a lot of people believe that in order to lose weight, they have to put themselves at a significant deficit. So they almost starve themselves because they think that, you know, if I eat less food, I'm going to lose weight.
Sure.
And that can be further from the truth. That can actually make you put on more weight because your body doesn't know what's going on. It's starving, it's holding on to extra fat to protect itself. So don't try to cut back so much food to where you're just eating a minute amount to think that you're gonna, you know, that's what's gonna be the ticket to make you lose weight.
I wanna emphasize on that, and then that's gonna be it for this call. More is not always necessarily better. So going to the gym an hour a day and eating really healthy is outstanding, but going to the gym 3 hours a day and eating less, but it was all healthy, is not necessarily good for you. Be mindful of what your body's telling you. Be mindful of what's going on. Keep track of, you know, measurements and weights and stuff like that, how much you're eating, that type of thing. But more is not always better. So be very mindful of that. Hey, Karen.
Hi, Mom.
More is not always better. So be mindful. Pay attention to what you got going on. Make adjustments on the fly. If you guys need anything, message us. We'd love to help. We'd love to talk. We do free consultations. SunriseNF.com. Sunrise Nutrition and Fitness on both Facebook and Instagram.
And again, if you want that portion control guide, send me a message so I can get your email address and get that sent to you.
Sure, it's great. I've used it several times.
Yes.
So with that, if there's no other questions,
We'll just wait.
I'm going to wait just a minute and see if anybody has anything. If anybody's got anything, speak now or forever hold your peace. And we will let you kind folks go. And I appreciate everybody getting on. I'm not seeing anything. Great call. Awesome.
Thank
All right.
you.
Nobody's got anything. Spread love.
Bye, guys.